Welcome to Academy of Tone number 104.
Yeah. Thanks for having me. It's a pleasure for me.
Yeah. Okay, have the mute, please.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Tonight, very special guest, Sean Athens.
Thanks.
Some people call you Athens, or this is American, or what is the deal?
Yeah, it's I'm German, but we were in America a few years ago, and all the people there say, "Hey, that's Sean Athens. It's your."
It sounds so American to me.
Yeah, but I'm German. Yeah.
Pure German.
Pure German. I have some family in England.
Ah.
But yeah.
Where about in England?
Oh. I don't know exactly where, but it's. I didn't see them for years.
Okay.
Yeah, it's.
And you are also from like Ruhrgebiet, Sauerland?
Yeah, right.
Sauerland is
Lettmate, near a little city.
Okay, this is about the geography of Germany. We have to learn a little bit about, our German guests here. And you are a blues rock guitar player?
Yeah, right.
And what's your age? You're pretty young?
I'm 29 years old.
See?
Yeah.
Man, fuck. So
close to 30.
Yeah, you almost made it. Yeah. And you are using the AMP1. We know each other for a couple of years now. And when did you start using the AMP1?
2016, I think. Yeah.
16. Yeah.
At the end of 2016.
Yeah. And you are still playing the original version,
the Silver Edition. Yeah.
The Silver
it's my menu.
The funny thing is, people came up with the silver when I introduced the Mercury, and then I said, okay, I can't live without having an extra name for my amp, so it must be a silver, And then, okay, now we should write silver on yours. Yeah.
You can also write Mercury on this. No.
Yeah.
I love this one. This is one of my favorite amps because it's small.
Yeah.
And you have every option with this amp. Yeah.
And you've been gigging with it since then?
Since then, all over the world. Yeah, we were in America 2017.
Yeah.
And also in Norway, in Spain, and it's so good to travel with it. And you only need, when you fly, you can't carry around some big amps. And when you have this in your bag, and you only need a cabinet, in this land you travel to, and that's all. You have always your sound.
Right.
The sound you know.
Yeah, of course. And then you can use a cabinet that you probably don't know, but you already have half of it, and you can.
But you can dial in the right tone, and everything's fine.
It's fine. And you also sometimes use the recording out.
In the beginning.
In the beginning. And now we have the Blue Box.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. This is my main speaker simulator.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. And I used the Stack 1970.
Well, it's the same here.
Same, yeah.
Hey, I see in the comments today is Ace Frehley's birthday, no? Ace Frehley, you know?
Yeah, from Kiss.
Yeah.
Shock me.
Yeah. What's this? Your microphone is not in the right order. You know what? Clip it on here.
Where?
Maybe. Is it okay?
On the jacket?
Yeah, on the jacket.
Okay.
On the jacket. Yeah, we want to have. Wait a minute.
Oh.
Yeah.
No.
One more time. One more time.
One more time.
Yeah.
That's it.
Working?
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. So happy birthday, Ace Frehley. And Ace Frehley he's a pretty groovy. The phrasing he has.
Yeah.
I like it. Bong, dag, big, big, Killer phrasing.
He's not the most technical player, but he plays with so
balls.
much, with so much feeling,
and taste. Yeah. And by the way, tonight we have somebody very famous from young blues players also in town.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
People pay shits a lot of money for Joe Bonamassa.
Yeah.
I'm not going there because I'm here.
At Saarlandhalle tonight.
Yeah, we save the money. We do our own live stream.
I see him next week.
Ah, okay. Yeah, I saw him a couple of times, and I met him too.
Yeah. Okay.
I like some of his earlier stuff more than what he does later, when he played the 3-piece.
Yeah. Okay. Three Kings too. Do you mean this?
No. There was a 3-piece lineup. Him, just a bass player, and a drummer from the early days, and I like that.
I saw him first when I was 11 years old.
Wow.
Yeah, 2004 in Dortmund.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and then 2005.
Which location? This was a smaller.
FZW.
Okay.
A very small.
Yeah.
And it was already sold out.
Yeah.
And I was there with my father, and we had no tickets because I read about the concert in the newspaper this morning. And we drove there, and it was sold out, and I said to my father, hey, that's a tour bus. Let's wait here, and maybe I can have a signature. And then he came out, and I asked him, can I have a signature, please? And he asked me, yeah, sure, what's your name? Sean, your friend, Joe Bonamassa. And do you have tickets for the show? No, it's sold out. And he said, come with us.
Oh, that's nice.
And I saw the whole show from beside the stage, and since then he's my hero.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Until now,
I see Siggy Hauswirt in the chat.
I'm from Verdol.
Verdol. Okay.
Yeah.
I played Alt Verdol a couple of times.
Yeah, me too.
Okay,
me too. My family comes from a part of my family comes from Verdol.
Pömse.
Yeah, Pömse. But he's not
doing it anymore.
No.
Yeah.
There are some new
owners
of the club. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, but there was a legendary concerts in this place, like
you play there with the Go music and solo.
Yeah, several times, and it's kind of a
traditional
very
bar in Verdol. Yeah.
Not to say it's a little bit fucked up, but it's fucked up in a beautiful way.
Yeah, that's right. Also the backstage room, everything. But
oh yeah.
Yeah.
But anyway, that's fine. Okay, talking about younger blues player. Is there anybody else that comes to mind when you think about? What about this ultra fat guy? What is his fish? No.
Kingston?
King, yeah.
Kingfish?
Yeah, Kingfish. Do you know him?
Yeah, not so good. Good.
I mean, he's.
I know his name, but I don't know his music. Or
I saw some of the videos, and I mean, he's doing it as well.
For me, one of the best modern young blues players is Marcus King. Yeah, because he sings like a monster.
Yeah.
And he plays guitar like a monster. And he also play old vintage gear and old vintage ES 335 from his father, I think from 1965 or something like that. And he plays he's a badass guitar player. Yeah.
Is there any particular thing, like song that you would recommend? Like, this is the song you have to check out, then you know what time it is?
Wildflowers and Wine from Marcus King. Yeah.
Okay.
It's a soul ballad. And very beautiful song. You have to check it out. Yeah.
Okay, talking about beautiful song, we played Good Old Little Wing at the beginning, which was like an endless jam thing. I stopped it somewhere because it's kind of, you can jam over it the whole night. And I would like to talk a little bit about that song because I think it's a very unique song, because it's not like there is 5 parts or there is like a verse and there's a chorus. There is just a round of chords.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. And a few years ago, I was writing an article about that song, just thinking about what's going on there. You know, I mean, there's the obvious like.
Lots of double notes and
double stops and this kind of technique. But when we just look at the straight chord, E minor, sorry, English E, G, A major, then B minor, and then there's this kind of
half step.
And
but is it major or is it minor?
A lot of people play minor. I heard some people play major.
Yeah,
but
me
like,
too.
Okay, like that, like a
sus4.
Sus4.
Yes.
And then the rest in this famous slide kind of thing.
Yeah.
Okay. And for most guitar players, it's like, what can I play over it? Well, if you play E minor pentatonic, you can't go wrong.
Yeah.
That's the classic. How do you think? What other notes would you play on top of that chord?
You can go with the modes.
Yeah.
Over there. So here you have Aeolian or standard G Ionian.
Yeah.
And then A Dorian.
Yeah.
And then E minor. And over B you can play Phrygian. B Phrygian and then.
Wait.
Yeah.
Jimmy plays.
Yeah.
You can play that.
Yeah.
But he plays this extra note, and then
you are in the minor.
Then you have to play like D major material.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. So when I thought about this song one day, I thought, man, what is actually going on there? And I understand you can play modes.
Yeah.
And just to finish up, okay, we were at this B minor.
And it sounds Phrygian sounds good.
Yeah.
But yeah, you have in the intro section. Yeah.
He plays. Yeah. So
natural minor. Yeah. Okay.
A minor.
Yeah.
To C, which you can just play the modes again. G. C. And this is a problem again because it's like the D chord doesn't go with the C notes.
Yeah, okay.
So you play like G major material over the D, which is what's the mode?
Lydian.
Yeah.
Lydian. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's the mode approach.
Okay.
How many people do understand that approach and use that? I believe less than 50%, which is okay. I mean, we still safe with the pentatonic.
Yeah.
Yeah. So for me, the point was one day, if you play pentatonic, if you don't know the modes, how can you find the extra notes that are not in the pentatonic that you can still use?
Mm-hmm.
So, and there is my little approach on the music theory light. So if we look, we have the chord scheme there at a certain point. So we see the chords here. What I think is over the E minor, pentatonic, G major, A minor, and E minor, the first line, I can think of something like I play, which is E minor, or G major material. So
right.
then you know your fingering. You don't think of the modes, but you know it's kind of, this is the material I can use. So, and once you know, okay, you may know the other positions as well.
Or you only know the key notes in this area.
Yeah.
So, and follow the changes of the chords.
Exactly, because this is what's the exciting bit when we come to the next line. Can we see the next line? We have the B minor, and then forget about this chromatic chord there. First, keep it simple. Stay where you are.
Then you have the C.
So how to think is, if you are still in the same position here, you can fill in the extra notes.
Yeah, but only at the end.
Yeah.
You can't play. You have to play this one here.
Because of the F.
Yeah, right.
Because you play an F chord.
Yeah.
So, and this is... But the funny thing is, you can still do your fingering, your basic pentatonic fingering.
Yeah, okay.
So that's the easy approach, which I call, it's the pentatonic plus X, the X note, the extra note.
Yeah.
And that extra note changes on that song. That's what I wanted to explain. Like the first full line of chords, you play with one set extra notes, which is the F sharp and the C on top of the E minor pentatonic. So it's two extra notes, and they stay the same for the first whole line. Once you go into this thing,
yeah, you play the C sharp.
You play a C sharp instead of the C that you played in the first line.
Yeah. Okay.
So mind, next line, change one note, okay? And then when you go on, you change another note, which is C major. Because when the F chord comes in, we have to have an F in there. And this note goes back to the C, and the C and F on top of the same shape. Okay. That makes sense. That's my music theory light. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. This is kind of the step in between pentatonic, diatonic, and modes.
But that's a thing you can easily do when you know the pentatonic.
Exactly. And so for me, it's just, sometimes I hear people play always the same thing.
Yeah.
And I just want kind of to inspire you guys to think in the way I can play pentatonic because it always works.
Yeah.
And then let me see where's the extra note coming in. And how to find that extra note is, well, you got ears, and if the ears don't work, look at the chords. If you see an F chord, there should be an F note. So, and then what is the one note is clear, and then you can only decide if it's an F here, like very strange sound. So if you are at that part, it's more likely to have that C. You can easily try out.
Yeah.
So if you have one already, kind of for sure, because it's the note of the chord, the second note is kind of easy to find out because you have two choices, and then you hear the one or the other note, and you know it's that one. That's the easy way to express it. Before you go into this music theory too deep thing. Anyway, this was something that I thought of is interesting at that song. And at the same time, when these notes change, the notes change the modes, and the modes change the mood. So, when you listen to the, this kind of this, it opens up a little bit, and opens up even more and it goes down. So, and then this chord is coming. It's like, whoops, that's something else, and then it shifts with all the chords, and that's a very, very, I think, clever composition in a way. It is more than just the ordinary chord.
Do you think Jimmy knew what he was doing, or I think he did it?
He
just
felt
the way
it.
He felt it. Yeah.
He felt it, and when you listen to Jimi Hendrix records from the beginning to the end, you could see how his music theory was getting a bit more, because he
was growing.
Yeah,
okay.
There were a few things that he might have picked up, and that you can tell he used more often. And anyway, it is a.
So this one here.
Killer song.
Most of the time.
Yeah,
because I don't like this.
The standard shapes.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I mean he uses free up for playing extra notes. And the something.
And it's easier to play.
Of course.
On the fingerboard. And it sounds the same.
It sounds the same. I think it sounds even better, and it's better so you're not cramping your hand. You know, if you have bar chords all the time, it's like.
And then you have the guitar here.
Yeah.
And after 1 minute, you think, oh no. When I play The Police, Message in the Pocket, is it?
Yeah. Yeah. Cool. Police is cool. Yeah. So back to the music theory. I think first it's okay if you just hear it and you have no theory. I mean, most of the greatest blues players, they're heard by ear, and that's another quality.
I think the most important thing in the music is feeling.
Feeling and listening.
Listening, yeah.
And then, of course, music is groove and melody, and if you feel the groove and feel the melody and feel, then that the whole thing gets really music.
Yeah.
And other people play the typewriter, too many notes.
Too many?
And
I can't play too many notes.
Well, we can't. That's fun too, but I think...
but I'm not the shredding guy. I love this. This BB box. I call it the BB box.
The BB box.
Yeah,
that's a good point, because I was thinking about blues in general. And one thing was, okay, I play my Strat, but actually not many, Stevie Ray Vaughan played the Strat, but a lot of blues players played Gibson guitars. And talking about...
Let me change too.
Okay, let's you play a Les Paul.
I take this one,
And I play my BB 335. So let me see. Well, I think it's a 64, but I never really looked at this. The number is, maybe some guy will know. I tried to read it. 340363. Again, 340363.
Now somebody can copy your guitar.
Who cares?
No.
I mean,
but the fingerboard is very small.
Yeah, I bought the guitar like, this is I bought the guitar like it is, and I like it, and I used it a lot. And
cool guitar.
The only thing that I don't like about this guitar is it has a 60s wiring. So when I'm all the way up, it sounds cool to my ears. I use a Fender Blue Box. Nice, blues and A. Yeah, so this is kind of the 335, which I like. I think it sounds pretty cool. And here's my point. You know? I have to change this because
so 50s wiring.
50s wiring.
Yeah, okay.
I show you on my Les Paul just for the guys out there, so they see what's going on.
This one also has the 50s wiring in it. Yeah.
And I'm actually dependent on that 50s wiring. I'll show you what.
You don't lose any treble.
Yeah, it's kind of. There's so many more colors you get out of a 50 violin.
Yeah.
So what I will do in the next episode, next week, I will use one of my guitars, not this one, because 335s change the wiring through the F-hole is a nightmare. You know, I probably stretch the guitar or whatever, because I haven't done it on a 335 hollow body guitar.
Okay.
I probably sent this to Andreas Glockmann because he has done that before.
Okay.
But I take another Gibson and make that and show it here live. I bring the soldering iron so we can actually hear what is happening when you change like 2 wires, and that's all you have to do. That's all.
Okay.
It's 2 wires. Costs nothing. And it makes such a huge sound difference next week.
Okay.
Yeah.
So a little bit like Out of Phase? No, Out of Phase is another thing.
No. It is simply where the pickup goes into the volume first on this, and next week I will explain in detail.
Yeah.
Okay. Another great blues guitar is this Flying V.
Yeah. Like
Albert King. We're talking about so you know the big one would be BB King, and this could be Albert King. No pick. You have. And his trick was to play play as loud as possible.
Yeah.
I was reading a little bit in the internet. Yeah. He even used transistor amps because he wanted to be louder. In the early days, you know, he got cheaper amps being transistor with more volume, and this was mainly what he was after.
B.B. King also. He also played transistor combos.
Yeah, L5.
Yeah, right.
What I like about these guys is they only have like 2 boxes, but the noises and kind of the notes they choose.
That's all, but it sounds
killer.
Yeah. The only thing they do is follow the chord changes sometimes.
Yeah.
And that's all. Sick tone. Oh.
Yeah. Well,
it is. Crank it up. Oh. Whoa.
So you learned the tone. What I've done is simply crank the volume of the clean channel to 10 and put the boost on top of it.
Okay.
And this was all.
And everything on
10.
All the way up.
Because the guys did nothing else. They just cranked the amps up to 10. And this is what happens.
Yeah.
And then it's still like a clean amp that is cranked. I mean, you know, those old Fender amps that the guys played.
Yeah.
They are clean amps, and they just put them to 10, and there's your blues tone.
Yeah.
Same recipe on the AMP1. Easy.
On what amp base this clean channel? On a Fender Super Deluxe?
Whoa. Oh. I have a few. I have a Super.
Okay.
Where's my Bassman? In the other room. You know, it's kind of my twin meets the Bassman meets the Princeton.
Everything in one. Yeah.
Yeah. You know, I can get close to some of my amps.
Okay.
And my Super Reverb, which is now on the floor over there, is one of my favorites as well.
Yeah. Okay.
But for me is always nice to understand the sound recipe. And by the way, this beautiful Flying V is from Martin Müller, Macman, who I met on the weekend. And he gave it to me because I wanted to do something that you guys requested a lot, was, can you do a Michael Schenker sound clip? So as we are doing sound clips here, we are for our website where people can go to and see the sounds. You can find different sound. By the way, let's give them our settings. My settings are super simple. 10, 10. The bass is on 3. The middle is on 5. The treble is on 4. The reverb is on 6. And that's my tone. And
I'm on 10.
Yeah.
Gain on 5 to 6.
Okay.
Master on 5.
Yeah, it's okay. That makes a lot of sense. Yeah.
Bass between 6 and 7. Middle on a little bit over 7.
Yeah.
And treble on 4.
Yeah.
And reverb all the way up.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because you play the silver version.
Yeah, right.
The reverb on the Mercury is a little louder and maybe a little better.
Maybe.
I tweaked it. So yeah.
But you can hear the springs. It's a spring reverb?
It's a kind of like, yeah.
Yeah. I love this.
Yeah. Okay.
Someone is asking, isn't that a Joe Bonamassa signature Les Paul? Yeah, you're...
What is it? What is it?
Not a signature, but yeah. It's from Session Guitar, and Session Guitar had a series a few years ago called Player's Choice series, kind of like the Collector's Choice series from Gibson, from the custom shop, and they had some made-to-measure guitars, and this was the only gold top they made for Session.
Oh, good choice, yeah.
Yeah, SE7, and I'm a big Joe Bonamassa fan, so I needed that guitar because 2000...
The pickup covers are black.
Are black and dark back also.
Yeah.
It's a JB kind of like model. Yeah, also with the Grover tuners here. Yeah, it's my... Yeah, I always wanted to.
Who else has black covers on a gold top?
Doug Aldrich from Whitesnake.
Good.
Yeah. I love this stuff.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
And by the way, let's show you what I've recorded on the sofa with this guitar, the Michael Schenker settings, which you can find on our sound finder on our website or on BluGuitar.com. We have a, we are working on our knowledge base.
Okay.
And if you have a technical problem, you can go there, you type in what's your problem, and this thing is intelligent. So, for me, the problem is there's so much information that I have in my brain that sometimes it's getting lost, because I'm working on this future product, AMP-X, and AMP-X is so complex, I cannot remember. I mean, when it comes to the last MIDI options that you have on MIDI channels 16, control change number, blah, blah, value, blah, 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 and how to do that, that's too much. So we started to create an intelligent website, and this is called the BluGuipedia. So I will bring all my knowledge to there. And like every episode we are doing here, or if you have a request, I will try to answer this on that BluGuipedia. And therefore you will see the Michael Schenker setup very, very soon. I have recorded that little clip on the sofa with my, with this very fucking iPhone here. So that's the sound you're hearing at a very low volume setting, because this is what when I play in my living room or where the sofa is, I just put that thing here, and this is how I practice. And it's using the little nano cap, and this is what you hear. The settings you will find on our website in the next few days. Check out the video so you know how this sounds. This guitar sounds in a rock context. Yeah, you find those settings very soon on our sound finder on the BluGuipedia, and we probably put your settings there as well. So it's kind of a library that will evolve.
Yeah,
it's a knowledge base.
Cool.
And the good thing is, the more you ask us, the more we can get there, and we have other people as well. Some metal guys, because I'm not a metal guy. So the knowledge is there, and it will not disappear. Even if we are sleeping, you can go there and get a good information. So that's the idea behind this. what is about Freddie King? We're talking about three kings. There's BB King, Albert King, and Freddie King. I mean, for me, this guy is also phenomenal.
He was more the rock guitar player from this
from the
kings.
Three.
Yeah.
The rockiest.
And and he wrote "Walking by Myself," by the way. I don't know if he wrote it because maybe some other guy wrote it, but he played it and he made it famous.
And so Gary Moore
before Gary,
of course, and Gary Moore picked up from kind of his version.
All the years I thought Gary had
composed it.
Yeah,
but I think Gary used a lot of those blues classics.
Also Pretty Woman.
Born Under Bad Signs.
Also Albert King.
Yeah. See, so
that's right.
You know, so he kind of paid his tribute back to the blues guys that he was also influenced by, and he put his over the top blues version, shred blues on top of it, and then I think then Bonamassa kind of is in between all the guys that are out there. So he picks up from Freddie, Albert, and BB because he played with BB King when he was
12 years old.
12 years old or something.
Yeah.
And then I hear a lot of Gary Moore too with his playing, and Eric Johnson. Can you do the fives? I mean, the Eric Johnson fives. This is the B minor.
Some repeating licks. Yeah.
You know that shit?
Yeah.
No. Bonamassa is doing this a lot.
Yeah, I know.
And he picked that up from Eric Johnson, I think. But who invented that? Maybe Eric Johnson got it from some other guy. I mean, it's like
this guy. But he does.
In 0 seconds.
Yeah.
Well, this is pentatonic all up and down. Pooh Ninja, Burger King didn't actually play guitar, didn't he? No, he played burgers.
Burger King.
I mean, it's like, that's a joke. Okay.
I know.
The most famous blues man on this planet is Burger King. Give me a double Whopper cheese with extra French fries.
BB King, Albert King, Freddie, and
Burger King. Yeah.
That's my new blues name, I think.
Yeah.
Burger King.
No, you are
Athens.
You are too skinny. We have to find somebody that makes a nice statue for Burger King.
Okay.
Double Whopper. Let's play Double Whopper blues. Okay. Anyway.
Yeah.
So back to the settings of the amp.
Mm-hmm.
I pushed your clean channel kind of over the top to get there because that's the old school style. On the other hand, you had your gain on, what was it, 5 or 4?
On the overdrive channel.
Yeah.
Yeah, on 5.
5.
Oh.
Yeah, or whatever. So,
between 5 and 6.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, okay.
So not
in this
too
direction.
high.
Yeah.
And that's another thing, how to get a bluesy rock tone.
Yeah.
Because you can reduce the amount of gain on that channel. And that's, let me show you. So this is my clean channel here. And it's like... Very cool. So what I have done from the beginning to my second part, I switched to the vintage channel and I used your settings. So I used the gain 5 point somewhere, you know? And that was it. And that's a similar sound like the clean channel boosted. It's not exactly the same, but it's a similar thing.
Yeah, okay.
So if you are aiming for that tone, you will find it on different settings of the AMP1. And since there are different channels being used, there is a slightly different character. And therefore, I think it is great to try out different settings once in a while. You know?
Yeah, I know.
So I mean...
But I like this clean channel with the boost.
Also, huh?
Also, this is...
That's there.
It has a little bit more bite.
Yeah.
I think. The vintage channel is a little more smoother.
Well, it is because the gain structure of the vintage channel is different from the clean channel.
Yeah.
And this is how, you know, all my channels in the AMP1 are super flexible. The question is, where do you like them best? And then on the Mercury edition, I even have the low gain mode, and then I can change everything again. But doesn't matter. I mean, you get this kind of overdriven clean tone. It's maybe the most honest way to get there. You know, because it's like it's a clean amp and it's just driven.
And you don't need pedals.
No, so it's, you know, it's already there. Anyway, so there's many ways to Rome. We say in German, viele Wege führen nach Rom. I don't know if this is English.
So many ways to Rome.
If that's not correct English, think of it. Maybe you end up in Rome. Well, what I want to say is there's many ways to achieve the same result.
Yeah, that's right.
Which is not exactly true, because it's similar but not the same. And this is about the beauty of guitar. All those little nuances, the little details, they make the difference. They make you feel different, and because of the feel, you play different.
That's right.
And
that's right.
Makes different music. Do we have a question at this point? Just the guitar, AMP1, no pedals involved? Okay, yeah, I have no pedals. I mean, everything off. I just have my internal reverb.
Only in the solo. I turned the dualist on one time, but...
Yeah, I had nothing here. I had my delay was off. That's just it.
Volume up.
Yeah.
What I also often do is to go in the middle position and turn down both knobs, but the bassy knob a little bit more. Around a clean tone.
Yeah.
On the neck pick. Yeah. I didn't use it for years. Try it.
Yeah.
You can. There's also some pedals here, the blues driver.
Yeah, in addition.
But only volume cranked up a little bit more, or on.
Yeah.
What do we say on? 2 o'clock?
2 o'clock.
2 o'clock, yeah. 2 o'clock. And gain down to not even 0, but very down. Then you have the character of the amp, but only boosted a little bit more.
Yeah.
That's the style Joe Bonamassa played. He plays like this.
Yeah. But anyway,
Cool.
so it's
Very
all
cool.
about those sound recipes.
Yeah.
Talking about pedals, you have the blues driver. What else is on your pedal board? I mean, we all have our secret weapons.
Yeah, I have a very simple pedal board, very analog and very puristic.
Yeah.
The most important thing is the tune.
Yeah.
It does nothing, only tuning the guitar. This drop pedal here from Digitech,
Yeah.
that's my second go-to pedal because
It helps.
it helps a lot when you play in cover bands and sometimes you have singers, they want a song, come on, play the half step down. And I say, no, I only have this guitar, I have to tune it down, but so the only option is to bring a second guitar, and that's not the right option sometimes, or a third guitar. And with this pedal you can tune down up to 1 octave.
Yeah. And it works.
It works very well. One thing is, I have to say is, on the third album from Chris Kramer Beatbox and Blues, we did some baritone songs. But when we planned the set list and we went on tour, I didn't want to carry around this baritone guitar because I love baritone. Less is more, and the feeling is
different.
It's very different. So I checked out the thing and I tuned it down 5 steps, and it works very well. Yeah, that's my second go-to pedal. Then I have the blues driver, but I only use it as a boost pedal, not as a overdrive. Yeah, because I don't like the color of all overdrive pedals.
Yeah.
Also the Tube Screamer or ST1 from Boss.
Yeah.
I only use this pedal. Volume cranked up, gain down, and a tone maybe halfway up. Yeah.
So for the guys.
Yeah.
What happens with this kind of setting is you have the full range of the dynamic of the guitar because there is no clipping involved. Clipping means, there's no overdrive.
Yeah, okay.
And so, like, you have a sine wave, your string vibrates, that creates the voltage that comes into the amp. And if you put the gain down, then the whole range is used clean, kind of in a clean range, and then the output volume just gives you more output. And what you have is the color of the pedal, which is kind of the so-called pre-EQ, the EQing before the overdrive, and the post-EQ, which is the tone stack usually, which is after the overdrive or the clipping stage. This is the technical stuff going on. Maybe not interesting for you, but what I'm trying to say is that preserves the most dynamic of the guitar and lets the amp handle the overdrive mostly, because the pedal is kind of clean and the amp is going into saturation.
So you don't lose the color of the amp.
Yeah, the color is still there, and this is just a slight change that the pedal does. That's the beauty of boosts and overdrive pedals with this kind of setting. Some people have some drive with the pedals as well. But there's always one danger to get muddy. No?
That's right.
So that's why a lot of, blues players are kind of careful with too much gain on the pedals. They use more volume and then have the natural overdrive of the amp, which is a different quality. Because I mean, you have we have to play a real tone as well. You have your own real tone amp. Cool. And
second.
Yeah, and that's the way how we can use pedals as well. There's so many ways, but that's just a little technical talk on this. Anyway.
Cool. Yeah, the next pedal is the Kingtone Dualist. It's a very new pedal from a small company.
Yeah, can you explain a little bit what's going on? 2 gain stages?
2 gain stages, 2 sides, or 2 separate overdrive pedals in one. So on the left side you have the Marshall Bluesbreaker kind of style, and on the right side is a Tube Screamer. And I use the Drive B, or the Bluesbreaker side, most of the time for rhythm stuff. So I use the BluGuitar on the vintage mode. This setting 4 to gain 4 to 5, and then I use this to get a more overdriven tone, and when I need a solo boost I switch on the overdrive and then that's all.
Yeah, nice combination.
It's very cool pedal, cool pedal, but it's sold out anyway. I don't know if they're
doing anymore.
Yeah, they do them anymore, but it's a very small company.
Yeah.
They built a few and sold it, and they were sold out immediately.
Yeah.
I got one here from Saarbrücken, Lupas Paradise.
Yeah, Frank Post.
Yeah, right. Well, he had only one in stock, and I saw it and I ordered it. And
I have Frank Post and myself. We had a YouTube channel called Pedalicious, because Frank is from hometown, and when I was young and he was young too, I was his guitar teacher because I needed the money. And so, it's kind of, we are very close anyway, and we met, every year and what's going on. And then, of course, I heard about his pedal shop. And he is all about boutique pedals, the stuff that you don't get from the big dealers. So he was always looking around, and when I was on trade shows, I told him, hey, check out these guys, and he told me, can you check out these guys, so networking.
Cool.
And and then at one day we came up with the idea, Pedalicious, we should make a channel where I go into his shop, grab as many pedals as I like, and then just check out what I think of them.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then I used, of course, my AMP1. And if you don't know Pedalicious yet, go on YouTube. Yeah, check out Pedalicious, because I've done hundreds of pedals, hundreds. And probably I played that one too. Maybe not. Maybe it was sold out. But it's like, I have this, and you have to do it because it will be sold out next week. I had many of these custom pedals, because Frank is about these very, very special pedals, and small companies. So he takes care of these small companies and their business. That's his job.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Lupas Paradise, by the way, is the website.
Very good site.
Yeah.
Check it out. And the next one is my go-to, my delay pedal from Digitech, Hardwire.
Yeah.
I saw this one on the pedalboard of Steve Lukather.
Yeah, sure.
He used 2 of them. I had 2, but one got broken, and now it's at home, and I only use this one, and I use it on the tape channel, because on the tape side, like a tape delay, and it works so good.
Can we hear?
A bit darker sounding. It's a little bit too loud for my. I don't use. You can hold it, and then it switch to this, and then it switch to Now you can tap the delay tempo.
Yeah.
but this thing is, I don't use it because when you're in this mode, you only can leave it on.
Yeah.
So you have to hold it then to make it turn it off. Yeah. That's the word.
It's two settings there.
Yeah. Right.
If you look over on the side of you see two of those pedals as well in the shelf. Yeah.
Yeah.
I have the looper pedal and I have the reverb, and the whole series of this hardwire series is totally underrated. It is kind of.
And you don't get it anymore.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing about the stuff that is too good. Digitech was a very powerful company bought by Harman Audio.
Harman Kardon?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, this kind of big company. And they kind of killed the brand, which is actually sad because there's so much engineering knowledge now lost because Digitech is doesn't live anymore. So if you get, this is from the best era of what they have done. And anyway, some secret great pedals. Yeah. I have a question. I have seen a question here in the chat. Thomas, you have to choose a delay instead of my beloved Replex, which is a tape echo thing. It's in the other room. Usually I have it here, but you know.
Down there? No.
That's the boost.
That's a boost. Okay.
Anyway, so the Replex is what is the Replex? The Replex is a copy of the Tube Echoplex, and if I had to choose another pedal to replace it, I actually tried it. I applied a Bellypog, which is a nice pedal again, by Catalin Brett, I think is the company. The Dunlop Echoplex is also not bad. It looks very similar to the Echoplex, or an analog bucket bridge delay like Carbon Copy, which is MXR. So what's the point? There are several pedals out there that do a similar job, but I'm not happy with any of them. That's my problem. I'm still having this huge using Kettner, Replex.
With the tube inside?
Yeah. I still have that thing on my pedalboard, which is bigger than my amp. But this is still my favorite tube tape delay. And I couldn't find anything to replace it, to be honest. All these pedals that you wrote here, Bellypog is great, and the Dunlop thing is close, but the magic that I'm getting from my Replex is not 100% there. So sorry, I'm still having those, and I think I bought 4 for the rest of my life, and I'm working on the emulation of that thing in the AMP-X, and I tell you, it's spot on. This is because I'm doing this for me. So this will be in the upcoming product AMP-X, but in unbelievable clothes. So it is essential to me. I use this on so many. It's part of my usual sound. I don't have it here today because I wanted to make a different episode with you and more blues and not my.
What about Guru's amps Echo Sex too?
Ah, yeah, the Echo Sex is nice. It's an Italian company. This. You know what? We should do a full episode on tape echoes. There's a new Roland coming out, the RE201.
Space Echo kind of thing?
Yeah, like they have done.
I saw a video about it.
Yeah. But they are not in stores yet. As soon as I can get hold of one, if Roland watches us, Big Roland is watching us, please send one over here so we can check it out for all you guys. And I know they have a small version, a medium version, and I know people who have the old original tape version. And so we can have a look in this. I'm very excited about this topic. There's nice things, but they are all slightly different. And if you are in love with a certain aspect, like I am with my Replex, then it's nothing can do it.
In between,
there is. Sorry, it's a fact. Okay, any other questions here? Digitech?
We'll be back. Chord bought them. Yes.
Chord company. Yeah, I mean, somebody bought a company. The problem is the people are not there anymore. You know, I mean, when I tried to get in contact with Digitech because they had a multiprocessor, I have to show you guys one day that would fit perfectly with the AMP1, has everything, even the footstool, and the same look, black and silver, and this fits perfectly inside. The guy that did the programming was gone, and so there was no way, and it's over, it's gone, and yeah, it's actually the same thing with using Kettner these days, because the chief designer engineer that I worked with for 27 years, he passed away last week. I was at his funeral. So the knowledge is buried. It's gone. And I mean, of course, there's some schematics, but you know, the human being that is able to tweak it somewhere is not there anymore. And we lost a lot of great, you know, Thomas Reusenzen, Alexander Dumble, and to me, Bernd Schneider was also one of those guys that had a different mind, being creative, and has done. If you like the stuff, different thing. But I know that this guy had some quality in his brain and came up with stuff that other people didn't do. So here we have, check out Keeley Echoes. Yeah, the Keeley stuff is actually also nice, but again, it's not the same thing. I would love to try it. I tried the EchoSex one day, and the EchoSex 2 was also nice, but again, it's not the same thing. The wobble effect is always slightly different, and I'm using this delay in front of the amp. Old school.
The replex?
Yeah, not in the effects loop.
Oh, okay.
So, and thereby...
Also with the distortion on?
With the distortion on.
Okay.
And that's so weird. Yeah. And so because the amp kind of magnifies every overtone by 100, it's so sensitive. Whatever this little thing does in front of all the things. Yeah. And this is kind of like a big magnifying glass. It's like, if it's not the same, you can see it. You can really hear the difference. That's...
You can do it with this one.
Yeah,
it doesn't work.
But I mean, you know, there's some options, and of course, I'm having my somebody here, the BluGuitar. Yeah, I call it the BluGuitar then. Okay. Yeah. When will there be a blue boxes available again? Floris Design. Hey, I have actually good news. The blue boxes we couldn't produce for a long period, and the reason was the chip factory for the codecs that we are using, AKM, was burned down in Japan. Same thing, there were no, the machinery was destroyed, and there was no backup. So for, I think, a long time, we couldn't get the chips.
Yeah.
Just end of last week, I got an email that we can produce 500 more blue boxes. I hope we get 500. I started the whole process immediately. It's like, okay, we are doing... So, guys, if everything works out, which I hope, I'm writing tons of emails every day to get blue boxes again. So we might be lucky. I keep you posted. Our video guy wants one. He sent me over the screen. So 499 blue boxes. Okay, next one, please. If you want a blue box, you know what? You could write an email to like service@BluGuitar with your name and address, and then we put them all and
on an order list.
On a like a pre-order list. I cannot promise yet, but it's, I mean, if we know that you want one, send us an email, and we do our best to get you a blue box. Wait a minute, I'm reading more comments. JHS did a Digitech distortion episode recently, mentioned the engineers. Ah, yeah. Okay, I have JHS pedals, which is a
John Hornby's Cruise?
No. This is the English company, John Hornby's Cruise.
From Vintage?
From Vintage,
okay.
And then there's the American guy from JHS Pedals.
Okay.
Josh, blah, 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 whatever his name is. And he's a super cool guy doing super great pedals, and he's having the biggest pedal collection of them all, blah, blah, blah. And he has done this episode of Digitech, which I have to watch because he is also very big in researching background stories and stuff, which is totally cool. Maybe you can use the social networking power to find some former digital engineers. Yeah, well, I find different solutions now. I have a digital engineer that will do my AMP-X, yeah. I actually have 2 digital engineers employed, and as we do a launch at NAMM, which is in a couple of weeks, they have a lot of sweat on their face.
Working AMP-X?
Yeah.
Wow.
So we will see it this year, and my digital engineers, they have to work overtime.
Yeah. Cool. But it looks, the first picture I saw of the AMP-X, it's awesome. With its options, and you can do everything with it.
It is scary. It is simply scary because it's like it actually works. And you will find out later in detail what that means. Because the concept is I can do any pedal. Any pedal. I mean, it's like whatever is on your pedalboard shrinks is in the AMP-X. It's like done. This is all you fucking need. And it's like we will realize this in a year. And here's one more thing. If you guys are desperate for an AMP-X, it will ship in a very basic version with sounds and effects, already enough to do something, but it will grow over time. So
yeah, a little bit like the Kemper.
Yeah, sure.
It was the same thing.
If you work on a new technology,
you can't
stop here. I mean, you know, if you are a company like Roland that has a history of 30 years doing stuff, they have the engineers and they have their code and they have their experience and they do copy paste and they finish some new effect. We have to start from scratch, and the technology we designed for this product is groundbreaking new. It's like nobody ever did something in that way, and I will explain when it's out there in detail. It's like, it's like this actually works and I can prove it. And it's like, yeah, I had that vision, I knew it worked and it works, but it's so complex. We have neural networks that control the functions because a standard human could not do the job. And this is just for getting a usability that is as easy as we like them as guitar players. I'm going into this detail another time. Okay. Before it's getting too late, let's check out your real tone, because you brought your real tone. You can plug in here.
Do you want to play my one?
No, I'm not. I let you play. And, I'm just. Okay, wait a minute. Now you are in my system.
Yeah. Okay.
And you play kind of. Let's play your real tone, which is this amp here, 4. So it's off and then operate.
very close, very close.
So
you can get any sound with this one.
If you know how to dial it in.
Yeah,
okay,
that's right.
The thing is, I'm an engineer that understands amps on another level. So when I listen to this amp, I get a picture, you know, and I think, okay, how do I get there? And a regular guitar player would usually go, I need that, because you have a picture in mind. It's like, you know, it's like, I want a beer, you know, I want a real tone. And then you start to do your standard.
To create a real tone sound. Yeah.
But from a technical point of view, I see the whole thing from different aspects. I hear the EQ, I hear the pre-EQ, I hear the post-EQ, I hear the kind of clipping, so I know which channel to use and how to dial it in. That I'm doing this for 40 years.
Like Daniel Düsentrieb.
That's
a little bit. Yeah.
And I show you guys what I have done to get that tone.
Yeah, okay.
Which is, again, pretty simple. I put the clean channel on 10.
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah, okay. Then also, I put the bass kind of in the middle. It was 4.5. It could also be 5. The middle at 5, which is kind of a very, it's kind of the middle of the middle. So, and the treble down to 4, a little less treble, but I used the clean tone all the way up on maximum. And that was this tone.
Ah, me too. Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
I'm also maximum.
Yeah, okay, anyway. So this is the way. But okay, that was the setting for this amp here.
That's your amp?
I can a little boost.
Close to this one.
Yeah.
That's a little bit like when you. This one has a second gain stage when you.
Yeah,
it's a pull, push, pull. Yeah. Not push, pull. You get a more high gain sound.
Yeah.
Like a boost pedal.
Yeah.
But you can also get this. Very high gainy tone. Yeah. Because the preamp section is from a JCM 800.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. And original, this amp was a AC30 top boost kind of amp. And I saw this JCM 800 real tone, and I asked Andreas Breuhaus, who built this amp.
His real tone. Cool.
Can you put that into my amp?
Sure.
Said, yeah, sure. Yeah. It's a little bit smoother, not so aggressive like a Marshall, but because the power stage
is milder.
It's a little bit more. Box style, genau. But I can do it, and then he did. Yeah. And it's so flexible.
Yeah, it's a killer
for
amp.
studio work. Yeah. It's perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Nice amp.
And the combination is with this amp.
Yeah, I mean, for me, it's always nice to have the challenge.
Yeah.
But
in the studio, I use both amps at the same time.
Yeah.
With the Dale P split box.
Yeah, and I mean, many people have used more than one amp at the same time, or have the variations. It's all cool.
And my thing was, I went to the studio and I had this board with me, but I wanted this tube amp to record when I'm in the studio because it's an analog studio. Yeah. And then I had this board, and he said, let's check out this AMP1. Yeah, it's here, go out here. The blue box is very good, and he gave me this the AMP1 onto my ears, and I heard it, and I said, "Whoa, it's so beautiful!" And then he switched on the real tone and mixed them together, and that was a tone.
Yeah,
that was a tone.
It's all good.
And then pedals in front of it. Of course.
One
overdrive pedal.
Of course. I mean, everything is allowed. Everything is fine.
Yeah.
You know, for me, the challenge is I highly respect real tone amps. I know many people that play real tone amps and sound great.
Henrik Freischlader.
Of course, Henrik sounds killer, and so I like good gear, and I don't mind who is doing it.
But this one here is so flexible.
I'm just I just try to prove that my amp is also good gear
and
all good.
And when you're a beginner and you don't have so much money, you can buy this amp. It's 700 euros.
Yeah.
700 euros.
And you have boutique amps.
And you have every option. You can
every
have
option.
a boutique clean amp, you have a vintage channel, everything.
Yeah. You just have, and that's the point why we put in the sound finder.
Yeah.
You have to know how to dial them in. And therefore, I'm very keen, if you have other sounds that we should give you, send me in YouTube at BluGuitar or whatever, send us an email for the request. And it's like, tell me the tone, and I try to do my best to get you a setting with your AMP1, and then you can enjoy that tone with what you have at home.
Question to Sean.
Yes, please.
You have a humbucker and a P90 single coil in your guitar. What kind of volume portal do you have? 250 of... I don't know.
Okay, here's...
40.
Okay.
I don't know it.
Okay, I tell you what the problem is.
Yeah.
You have 500K volume porties for humbuckers usually, and you have 250K for single coils.
Yeah, okay.
So the problem is, if you have 250 in there, it sounds perfect for the single coil, but the humbucker is kind of getting a bit muffly. And if it's the other way around, you have a perfect humbucker, 500K, and a little bit too bright single coil. Can I listen to the guitar? Maybe I can guess. I just try to listen. If you ask me, it's more towards 250K.
Okay.
But we don't know.
I have a treble lead in here?
But
That's
that's
nothing to do with it?
No, that's another thing. I put it all the way up.
Yeah.
The compartment is where... No, we don't do. We don't do.
We can open it.
Yeah, but we have
no. Do you have a?
I have a screwdriver, but not the right one. We need a Phillips. Anyway, we don't know.
We need a saw.
No, leave the guitar.
Leave the guitar as it is.
The thing is, usually the neck pickup, the P90, I believe would sound brighter if it would be 500K.
It's a little bit darker sounding. Yeah, I know.
So
humbucker is a little bit more open.
Yeah,
sounding. Yeah,
which makes this guitar killer. It's a nice combination. I like it.
Yeah.
I like it as it is. But it's a good question. Well, maybe we find out if then we put it in the comments one day. Okay. Hey, the other thing is you talked about studio.
Yeah.
And you are about to record your solo record?
Yeah, my first solo record. Yeah.
Do you have a title for it already?
No, not already. Not already. I have
songs?
6 songs ready, recorded, mixed, mastered, and I could release the EP, but I want to wait to release the whole album.
Yeah.
And this year I want to work on the next 6 songs. It's very... Sometimes you think, 6 songs, write the songs, record them, it's very easy. But...
Sometimes it takes time.
Sometimes it takes time. I have my own house at home.
Yeah.
I have to do some little work there, and I got a little baby child, and
that keeps you busy too.
Daughter, yeah. It keeps me very busy. November last year, and she was born, and and the day only have 24 hours,
and you need a little bit of sleep.
Sometimes I need 48 hours for one day, but it's not working. So
Okay, just before we forget about to talk it, you brought some crazy tube screamers, the TS7.
My first ever tube screamer.
And look at this, for those guys who don't know it. The
tone lock.
They have, the tone lock. You can kind of push the knobs and they disappear, so nothing breaks. I like the idea. It's but somehow maybe it was too expensive. I don't know why they stopped making this kind of design, or it was too futuristic. People.
I bought it for $50, and that's not so much money for a pedal. And that I think it's very solid.
It is.
It's metal.
This this is Japanese best.
Yeah, there was a series, this plastic series from Ibanez, the Soundcore.
Yeah.
Do you know them?
Yeah, but not really. I mean, I know
they were a little bit not so
worthy.
Yeah.
I mean, you can buy one from Thomann for 25 euros in plastic.
From Behringer.
Behringer
Tube Overdrive.
Yeah.
I had this one.
Yeah.
And it sounds the same.
Yes.
It sounds the same.
It's unbelievable. They use the same chip and it sounds the same.
It's the same chip?
Yeah.
I mean, $25.
Yeah, $25.
So you can put it on your pedal board, use a looper pedal to turn it on and off.
Yeah, and you can compare.
And you can use it for years.
Yeah, so no problem.
For 25 years.
Yeah. So anyway, so there's Tube Screamers, and this is a TS10 or 9?
TS9.
TS9.
This was my second Tube Screamer.
Okay.
Without a ground plate, and my father built me one.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
Solid
metal.
Yeah. Aluminium.
Yeah.
Aluminum. Yeah.
It's very, but I don't use it anymore. It's at home in my basement.
So, very cool. Shall we try the Tube Screamers? Hey, guys, trust me. I think they sound so close. You want to hear them? Tell us now, or... what is going on here? Clemens Freud. Well, Freud was the psycho man from Austria. Psychologe.
Also, Psycho Man. Okay.
What is a
Red Lady guitar in Forchheim?
Do you mean Red Lady guitar in Forchheim?
Band 66. Where's Band 66?
There's
it's not there anymore.
There's some stuff going on in the chat, which is cool.
Some friends are looking too. Niels and Frank.
Hey, there's a nice... Hey, I see a nice comment from Nikos Politis.
Yeah.
Sounds Greek to me. 500 kilo pot with a 500 resistor on the selector for the single coils in parallel. Yes, that's the way to do it. Okay, that makes totally...
I don't know if they do this here, but you think
I think they do it, because that's the way to do it. Technically, it's perfect.
You think they did it here?
Well, I don't know. It sounds that good. They must have done it. That makes... What's going on here?
Yes.
It's a scam. Anyway, but
don't spell. Yo.
So what Nikos is saying is that we have the right resistor for the humbucker, which is 500K, and the selector switch uses the same pot, which has 500K, but puts a another 500K in parallel. That makes 250K, and that's the perfect value for the neck position. Bam! That's it.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Oh, next question. Want Vemuron Young Ray overdrive? Oh, buy Kalim Puskai for $30.
Where is that? Like
Vemuron. I think it's the Young Ray is a Tube Screamer kind of pedal, I think, or?
I have to check that. Vemuron is this, I think, Japanese company.
Yeah, I know they built John Shank's version, and that's the Nobles overdrive OD1, and also Josh Smith, the guitar player from Joe Bonamassa, has a signature fuzz. And so much pedals on this planet.
And by the way, I visited Josh Smith at home, and I played him
at home
in LA. I mean, this is the stuff that happens.
When you're at the NAMM.
When you're after NAMM. You know, when everybody is home and I stay, you know. So the people still from Los Angeles, like Josh Smith, they are at home. And then you call them up and say, hey, because I know people that know him, and said, "Hey, Thomas in town. Who is Thomas? I don't know." Well, it's a cool guy, and I said, "Okay, send him over." So I came there, and he tried also the.
He also plays a real guitars Les Paul.
See, the word is small. I was at his home studio, and
he works a lot for Joe Bonamassa nowadays.
Yeah. He produced the album for Paula Joe Taylor, who I made famous by accident. That's
Joe and Joe Taylor.
Paula Joe Taylor.
Paula Joe Taylor.
It's from Nashville.
Okay.
Anyway.
And also Joe and Joe Taylor, the last album.
Anyway, blah blah blah.
Wow.
This word is so small. We know each other, so be nice. Anyway.
Thank you very much for this great evening. Very interesting. Cool.
Okay, I think that's some nice ending words. Thank you. Like,
is the time over?
Yeah, we are
very fast.
Yeah, we are 10:30, which is that factory that wait, Bruce Joyce. Let's see that we talked about that a couple of times. Okay, it's about a chip. Yeah, but anyway. If you want a blue box, I cannot really promise, but it's looking promising. Send us an email. We put you on the list and try to make you happy. Yeah. Because we managed to find some leftovers, and that's probably the last run that's ever built of blue box. And then we have to come up with a new blue box, which will be similar because I believe the blue box
next version.
Yeah,
okay.
but I mean, a blue box is a great thing because it's so simple. I want to have the simplest product on the market, and I don't want to sacrifice that simplicity.
There was a question. Maybe the next one is with a built-in reactive load. Is it possible to build a reactive load?
No.
In this size? No.
I tell you why. Because a load for the real tube amps has to transfer such amount of power from voltage into heat. And if you would put something in there, just in case it would be possible, it would be so hot that it would be illegal. You could fry eggs on this. So therefore, the only way to do it is we could make a box that is a reactive loop that could be used with any
amplifier?
With any impulse loader, even you know, like this little baby here, we could do something like that. But I think that's not BluGuitar business. You know, I mean, it's a very, very useful product. I see that, and I mean, like the aux box is a very good reactive load with a lot of nice speaker simulation functions. But you know, there's this company with this product.
There's two notes,
Torpedo, blah, blah, blah. There's this TC Electronics, the very new Impulse thing. I just bought it because I like the design and I think it's pretty good, but it has different features again. Like there's the XLR is missing, which I think is important because if you have this, did you have ever had any problems with this?
No.
See, this is...
Never.
You know, I think from a live perspective, like you plug it in and it has to work.
Yeah, and every sound guy comes with the XLR cable.
Yeah. So plug it in and it simply works. And maybe I can put in more options, but I would never sacrifice.
I think it's perfect.
I know.
For this size, it's perfect. You have
for me, you know. I'm personally not missing anything. But I know people want their own IRs and stuff like that.
But no.
I can offer this in a future version to make them happy as well.
I love it when you have IRs in there and not more.
Yeah.
Because you don't have too much options to
exactly.
switch and
that's the point. I would only offer more options if it doesn't kill the simplicity.
I had I had a Captor X for 2 weeks or 3 weeks, and there were so many options in there. Too many options. And I was 2x12, no, 4x12, and this one, and then enhancer, stereo enhancer, and I was, oh, no, that's too complex.
Yeah.
For simple analog
guy
like me. Yeah. And the aux box, I use the aux box at home for recording my tube amps.
Yeah.
It's perfect because you have
plug in
17
sound
speakers in there, not more.
Yeah.
And you have
and they sound
a
good.
compressor, a delay. Okay, I switch it all the time off, but you have a reverb and that's it.
Yeah.
And 2 microphone options plus a room mic.
Yeah.
Perfect.
And I think that's the beauty of that product because it offers you good quality with limitations.
And an easy way to come to a good tone. Yeah. And I think that's the most important thing for guitar players, to come...
Something is going on here in the chat. Stefan Mandel, I'm sometimes wondering, what do you consider the most ugly or awful sound you could dial in on AMP1? I tell you what it is. It's very simple. I just put all my tone controls to 0, then it's no sound. That's ugly because it's broken. You know, it's the sound of silence.
Sound of silence. Cool.
It's possible with the AMP1. Next time I will do an amp, there will be at least some noise left to put them all the way down to 0.
I turn everything on and then it's all
over the
very
top.
Noisy over the top, and then
we make a funny clip of this one day.
Yeah.
Hey guys, thanks, and Sean, thank you so much.
Thank you very much for having me. It's an honor for me. Big honor.
Big pleasure. And I think. It's great to talk more blues because I'm, surrounded by a lot of 80s hair metal.
Hard rock players.
Yeah, because I know them all.
Yeah.
And as you could see, there's some more bluesier tones or blues tones in the AMP1 without knowing. You know?
Yeah. I didn't know it.
Yeah.
For 6 years now.
Yeah, see?
Yeah. I have to come to Saarbrücken to learn it.
So this was worth the trip.
Yeah.
And
that's right. Yeah.
By the way, I have recorded Little Wing myself with the Blue Place Hendrix on the CD. The DVD fell over, is on the ground. And I think we found something on the internet, which is a lousy quality clip from Krefeld 10 years ago, when I was not having my AMP1 yet. It was still with my Triumph, blah, doesn't matter, but it's kind of just to show you that I have done a version with a hard rock singer. People were at the beginning.
David Reedman?
David. I love David, but anyway, and I like to have this as the outro of this episode, and we come back when you have finished your album.
Yeah, thank you very much.
At least that puts some perspective.
It would be a pleasure for me.
On the whole thing, and we can talk about more things then.
Cool, very cool.
Yeah. Hey,
thank you very much.
Thanks for being.
Have a nice evening.
Yeah. Cheers.
All out there.
And hey, you guys. See you next week, because next week we'll have troubleshooting in live with amps, guitars. I'm doing the 50s wiring, and next week finally we will have Lukas Fowler interview, which we fucked up last time. Anyway, stay tuned and see you again next week.
Have a nice evening. Bye.
Cheers. Bye.
Cheers.
never thinks about when you were away. When I'm sad, she goes to me with a thousand smiles. She gives me free. Hey, is why